difficult days for all of us who care about the Tibetan struggle, the Tibetan fight for freedom and rights and dignity and justice inside Chinese-occupied Tibet. We started the year with an earthquake hitting Tibet, feeling like just more unnecessary suffering for our people. Really, it's so hard for us to watch as Tibetans inside are going through, what is a natural disaster. And any other place in the world, when there's a national or a natural disaster in your home country, the place, that you have left and gone other places, you can help, you can raise money, you can go and help, you can take clothes, food, all these things people do to help others in a time of crisis like that, let alone your own people. And we can't do any of those things. It was really hard to watch and have people contacting me because Tibet was in the headlines and they're saying, how can we help? Can we give you money? What are you guys doing? And in a way, there's just so little that we could do. It's like insult to injury, that expression? That's what it's like for us, for Tibetans, through all these kind of normal human things that happen. For us, everything is politics and everything is extra complicated. So that's how we started the year. And on top of that, the Chinese government doesn't just allow normal relief efforts to happen. We can't trust the information because we know they lie. And we know these colonial boarding schools that are existing in Tibet right now, 1 million Tibetan children, approximately, in the boarding schools. I mean, this is a huge number. We're probably talking at least 80% of all school-aged children in Tibet in boarding school. It's unheard of, actually, in human history to have this many kids from one group of people taken away and removed from their families and their communities. Only China does it at this scale. It's horrific. It's so hard to know this is happening. And then our elders, and in particular our beloved leaders, and in particular His Holiness the Dalai Lama, now they're aging. And some of us have lost parents now, grandparents. It's this time of passing from one generation to the next. And this is hard for a people who are in exile. Our country's still under occupation. His Holiness the Dalai Lama, for Tibetans, of course, he's the light in the darkness of the most difficult time in our thousands of years of history. And so all the talk about what happens next, this is deeply painful and emotional for all Tibetans. I think in a time like this, the key is to remember the spirit and the legacy of March 10th. Tibetans didn't know exactly what was going to happen, but they went into the streets and they fought for our country. And they said, China out of Tibet. Tibet is for Tibetans. And they were there to protect His Holiness the Dalai Lama. March 10th, 1959, our people handed us a great legacy. Resistance has continued unbroken inside Tibet to this day. It's not always super clear. It's certainly not easy. But Tibetans have never stopped. Our people have not given up. Even today, even in that earthquake. What was amazing was to look inside and see all these Tibetan influencers and people on social media. They knew it was risky, but they were public and they said, we've got to help our people. They came from every corner of Tibet to try to help our people. Our people organized inside Tibet. China has cut Tibet up, cut Tibetans off from each other. They keep people isolated. Our new generation came together and said, we're going to help. We're one family. We're united. Even when the Chinese government, it's clear that anything you do and say will be used against you later, right? You could go to jail later for what you say, even if it's about a relief effort for an earthquake. Our young people especially, they organized. They did more than the Chinese government. We know that. That's the hope. That's the future. They continue what our people started in March 1959. We continue right here. Our young generation, look at the Sunday school students. When I see them singing and dancing and working hard on a Sunday in America to practice and learn Tibetan, that's the hope. Our flag, still here. I was thinking with the national anthem, our flag still flies. No matter what China has done to torture and torment our people to make it go away, we will not go away. Our resistance will not go away. It will never go away as long as we hold strong. And the only thing I think that we have to offer His Holiness and our elder generations is our word and our actions that we will never give up.